Today I want to talk about definition of options and what that is if you have never heard about it, or perhaps maybe you know about it and maybe you do option trading, but maybe you don't know what option trading is all about. The definition of options are the contracts that grant the right but not the obligation to buy or sell an underlying assets at a set price on or before a certain date. So you have a right to buy is called call option, and the right to sell is a put option. What is option trading and how it works? A stock option is a contract between two parties, market maker and investors like you and me, in which the stock options buyer holder purchases the right but not the obligation to buy or sell 100 shares of an underlying stock at a predetermined price from to the option seller, writer, within the fixed period of time known as expiry date. I'm going to be talking about it using my my platform here. So what are the different types of options? Well, there's a calls and puts. So this is the platform that I use as a Thinkorswim, and Monitor is what you call it home page, right? And if I wanted to set up my options, I go to trade, and then I put in a symbol for the company. So AAL, if you don't know what that is, just click here and it'll explain what it is. American Airlines Group Incorporation. Okay? And the next thing you do is like you choose the day when you want this option to expire. So February 11th is a 6-day trade, so I'm going to click on that. And when I'm talking about the two main types, calls and puts, here we are. We chose the expire dates, and right here it says strike. You want to put all strike prices. You want to be able to choose, the strike prices you want, instead of just only restricted by, if you just click on 4, there's only 4 strike prices that you could choose from, or 6 or 8 or 10, 12, 14, but I like to click on all. So I have a variety of strike prices that I could choose from. So here's the calls and here's the puts. Okay, that's how I identify, different types of options. Okay, there are many, many types of options that can be traded, categorized in a number of ways, but two main thing is like I said, calls and puts. See all these strike prices right here? You go along in here, and then you go over to the left side. See how this is all shaded area? These strike prices are from anywhere, strike price of 10 to 16 is in the money. Any strike prices, shaded area is called in the money. And then the strike price of 16.50 and all the way down to 26 on the call side is out of the money because it's not shaded. Okay, now let's go over to the put side here. So put side is just the opposite. 16.50 strike price and higher up to 26 is in the money because it's shaded. And then 16 strike price of 16 and below down to 10 strike price, right? 10 is out of the money because it's not shaded. That's how you could identify, when you choose the strike price of in the money or out of the money. Okay. Now there are 4 types of option orders available. There's a buy to open, sell to open, and buy to close and sell to close. So if I was to set up an options, for example, like a vertical spread, what I would do is just choose my expire date And then I would say, well, current market is 1645. So maybe you want to choose like maybe 16. But before I do that, that's something that we have to really, really know is how is this American Airlines market? Is it going up or is it going down? So we're going to take a look at that. So we're going to quickly overall look at the overall market. And of course, market is closed right now. But I would say you see maybe 50%. Some of you guys may say this could be like a bullish because you see a lot of green start popping up. But then there's a lot of small red colors in this market watch. So now I'm going to look in more closely on American Airlines and see what this looks like. So this is a 1 day movement, 1 day and 1 minute movement. So this is what you call a candlesticks. So if you were to make this, see how they look, it's a square, long squares, and that's what they call a candlesticks. But just going back to maybe somewhat normal here, sizes, okay? And this looks like a, graph, right? But all this long lines, that's candlesticks. Red means people are selling off, and green means people are buying, okay? So by looking at this, like what would you say? Would you set up an up trade or down trade? Now, this is for some of you that maybe know how to do option trading. But for the beginners, I do have a class that I teach and go over step by step on how to set up a trade, okay? But this one, just looking at 1 day, is kind of more towards the ceiling versus the floor, because floor is down at the bottom, right there. And that's the lowest market within 1 day and 1 minute movement of $16.14. See, as I'm moving this arrow over, look to the right side and gives you the price. So I'm going to hover over and put my line down there. It's 16.14 is the lowest. And then highest, I go up and hover over my line at the highest candlesticks, right there. The highest is 16.57. $16.57 per share for this American Airlines. So current market is 16.45. So if I wanted to look at more longer days of data, then I could go to 5 day. And just by clicking on it here, 5 minute, and then you're here at 5 day and 5 minute chart here. Okay. So within 5 day, 5 minute chart, highest market is reached for American Airlines at $17.18. And then lowest, not this one, this is the current market right here. Lowest, you again hover over the lowest candlesticks down here, which is 16.04. Okay. Now I'm going to be doing 6 to anywhere between 1 to 5 days, but I always like to look at little beyond my 5 or 6 day chart. So I will go over here and maybe look at a 10-day movement. So this is 10-day, 30-minute movement chart here. It's crazy, huh? So again, lowest market price that the American Airlines has gone down is $14.91. And then the highest is reached within last 10 days and 30-minute chart is $17.18. So current market is closer to what? 17 higher price or lower? It's kind of in the middle, right? So I would not do any down or up trade. I have to make sure that there's a solid pattern there. So what I'll do is maybe I'll choose a different company. So instead of typing in like the symbols that you want, you could simply set up your color coordinations. By doing is when you set up your watch list, this is my option trades, right? So I would just put this one and then I would make sure this is 1, 2. But if I set this up at 2, right? And if I was to set this up, it would not go over. It's already AAL, but let's say if I want to go over to DAL, it will not go over. But if I have this color coordination to 2, and watch what happens. See? If I click, because this is 2 and this is 2 color coordinations to put your symbols, saving time. Look at how much faster it is. Now, if I want to look at some charts on my watch list of NASDAQ stocks, and again, I want to change this because change up here. Because if I just click here, let's say Apple, and it does not go over here. But if I change this to red, and then you'll turn to Apple. See that? So that saves a lot of time. So we want to find a ways to save time when we're doing option trading. Oh my goodness, look at this 10-day chart. The Apple has dropped clear down to 138.15. Wow. So this is a 10-day chart. So let's look and see what the 5-day looks like. Okay. So what this means is like a lot of people got in on this trade, bought the stocks or set up option trading. This is what the green means. And we noticed we saw the red on the 10-day movement, and a lot of people are selling off on this long red here at this price, right? And so market is up and down just like a roller coaster, but the way to make the best money and best profit is how we manage it, how we take care of our trades. From the beginning to the end, when we set up to the day that it expires or when it close. Okay? So I don't know if I want to do Apple because there's not much of a movement. Okay? Now Tesla there. Again, this is kind of in the middle too. So I don't really like this. Let's look at Delta. See what Delta looks like. Again, I'm going to change this to yellow so you pull it right up. Okay. So if you were to set up this Delta for option trading, look at this. So 39.85 is more closer to 40, right? Versus, the lowest market on 10-day, 30-minute chart is 35.88. And so most likely, I probably want to set this up to do a down trade. So if I was to set up a down trade, I would go to a put side. Now, it depends. Some of you guys may want to do the calls too, but the strategies that I use, it's like I like to use a put when I'm setting up a down trade. And so I will go to maybe 923 is current market. So I'll go slightly higher. So I will go choose the strike price of 930 and choose the ask price. Okay. And then I will choose the strike price of little less than 930. So maybe I'll go with the 920 and stay on the push side because I'm doing a down trade, right? And then you got to hold down your control button, hold it down, and then left click on this bid price of 920 strike price under the bid. And here we go, left click. Okay, now what we have is a vertical option set up here on the push side, the down trade. Now, watch out for here. When you click on this by letter D, it says day. D stands for day, and then G stands, this is for good to cancel. That means like it will not cancel the trade from the working order unless your working order and the mark status numbers match. I have to show you later. But that's what it means. And also, if you just set it up at good to cancel, you'll stay there until you do something about it. But when you put them on day, if your orders don't go through, that means that it will expire end of your market closes. So then you have to start all over again. You have to set up a trade all over again. So I always like to put it on good to cancel. Now I'm going to confirm and send. So right here, 923.32 is the current market, and break even is 924.92. So what this means is it's a down trade. So any numbers 924.92 below, you're going to be start making money. So in this case, max profit is 4,920 because I'm doing a 10 contract, and possible max loss is $5,080. And they charge you $13 for 10 contract. So, I like to get this break-even number a little closer to current market. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go to edit instead of deleting it. And I will maybe go to a little bit lower on that. Instead of 920, maybe I'll go to 900 and see what happens. Now let's take a look in here. Okay. I don't like that because look, 916 or below, and this is down market, and it's a 923.32. So no thank you. So we could go back and edit. So I'm showing you this because I know which number to choose from my strategies, but I'm showing you guys, how you could change your numbers to see what works the best for you. Okay. So 910 maybe. See what it looks like. Okay, so 920.47 and max loss is 9,530. Cost of trade is 9,543 because you add the $13 for the max profit. No, $13 for the commission. And the max profit is 10,470 here. So 923 is current market, 920.47 or below, you're going to be start making money. So instead of doing it like a 6-day trade right in here, maybe I'll just go for a little bit longer. So it has a time for Tesla to move. Right, so let's take a look at this. So we set it up at February 18th, which is probably about 14 days. So it looks like 13 days here. Okay, and let's take a look. We did earlier, but it didn't really change much by changing the expiring date. Okay, pretty much stayed the same here. So what I'll do then is maybe I'll just kind of choose this price like a little in the money. So instead of 930, maybe I'll go with instead of 930, maybe I'll go to 935. See what happens. Let's take a look. Okay, so 922.75 is a little bit higher. And max loss and max profit is about, there's only like $500 difference there, right? So that's not bad. And then you could also analyze it here too. So analyze trade. Okay, when you come to this place, you notice I punched in at analyze and nothing happened, so that you could always click on the risk profile. Risk profile and analyze is pretty much same button. Okay, so make sure you come to this area, you unclick all. Like this time it's easy because I only have one trade going on. But if I have a multiple charts, like I have some options and I have like stocks, and then I have 2-3 more options on this Tesla, expiring different days or same days, whatever it is. It's always get into a good habit of just unclicking all, and then you specifically click on what specific trades that you're analyzing. So right in here. So pay attention to this. Purple represents today's movement, and then this like a teal color represents the market, what prediction of when it comes to the 19th of February here. So this is there's a two red lines. That's a break even right there. Okay, you pay attention to the numbers on here, how it changes, right? And then second red line is also break even, but then by the time it expires, I'm going to be losing $3,109.84. So this is a down market. So as I move my line down towards lower, so all these are market prices right here. 790, 800, 810, 820, all this, right? So as I'm going down to lower market price right here, and I'll be making money. So see that? How break even, the red line right there is 254.04 at 922.50. But if I was to go up higher, I'll be making 12,750. Now, pay attention here, okay? As I'm analyzing it, if my market is a 908.20, look to the amount by the February 19th, 12,750. Now, if I go lower, do you think I'm going to make more money? No. It's still the same. My max profit is 12,750. Just because this is a down trade and market is going down lower and lower and lower, you're not going to make more money. So my point of view is like when this hits like 909.60, right? 909.60. You could close it because you're already, going to make your max profit of 12,750. Even though you have like 10 days left on it, don't hang on, because by going lower, it's not going to make you more money. So what you do is you just close it when this market has reached down as low as 909.88 or 909.60. You close it, and then now you're going to set up an up trade because it has reached to the bottom, right? So that is one of the strategies that I use when I do option trading. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.